We've been waiting for it. You've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it. It's the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about the Super Bowl with the one and only Allied Rivals here with you today. My name is A.J. Herschel, the kid, and I can't find my other glasses, so I'm wearing these right now. And you already know I'm here with my man, Caedmon Bauer. How are you doing today,
Hello, sir? I am amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. I've been playing piano and drums most of the morning. Then we just did some Nerf battle type stuff. So that was pretty fun.
Ooh, nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah, been doing good. But AJ, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I was pretty busy yesterday, but am I running on enough sleep? I don't know, maybe not, but still, I'm here. It's Allied Rivals, so
still here,
guys. And our man Porter Drinks already in the comment section saying the big game. Yes, sir. It is time to talk about the Super Bowl. Caedmon, are you ready?
Super ready. Here we go.
Months ago, we didn't even know if this season was going to happen. We didn't even know if they would be able to play. Yet here we are in early February, knowing that tomorrow, Sunday, February 7th, 2021, we will be getting Super Bowl 55. And no matter how much other stuff is going to go on, no matter how much college football is going to roast Penn State for the hilarious tweets they were making, we are finally here, and there's other news that we could talk about. There's MLB stuff we could talk about. We haven't even gotten to talk about the Matthew Stafford trade yet, but guess what? Today is solely focused on the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No other news, no other comments. Caedmon, let's go ahead and get into it. How about we start with the injury report first? Tampa is going to be probably getting Antonio Brown back. He's been a limited participant, but he's projected to play, as is Sammy Watkins, who has missed every game since week 16. However, Cameron Brate may not be playing. He was a non-participant on Friday, so his injury status is in question. Do you think these injuries affect either KC or Tampa in a major way?
I mean, with Cameron Brate, if they're getting Antonio Brown back, those guys are kind of two of their big deep threats. And we saw Cameron Brate more take the deep ball once AB was gone. AB's coming back. Cameron Brate's gone. I think it's just going to be the same thing, switching roles there. Sammy Watkins, definitely going to be a nice thing to have back, a nice guy to have back. I mean, he's incredible, and it's just one more weapon for Mahomes. And both of these quarterbacks have some of the best wide receiver trios in the league. And I don't know.
Yeah, I think that they'll be okay, especially with Antonio Brown. Now, I do think Cameron Brate may be a problem for goal line formations because the Bucs love to use multiple tight ends once they get closer to the end zone, but they should be all right. They have great depth at that position. If Antonio Brown's healthy and good to go, that's great. I know the Chiefs are happy. Not only did they get Demetrius Robinson off of the COVID list a couple days ago, but now they also are probably getting Sammy Watkins back. Their wide receiving core should be all systems go. Very excited to see what happens there. Porter Drinks, how do you think the situation with Andy Reid's son affects the game? Caedmon, do you think that this is going to mess with their head at all? Andy Reid is expected to coach in the Super Bowl. What do you think?
I mean, they have a great coaching staff without Andy Reid's son anyway. I mean, but you're still losing that presence and just another guy that's definitely very helpful. I mean, Andy Reid's the coach, not his son, the head coach, that is, not his son. But so I think they'll be able to do fine without him.
Yeah, I think Andy Reid is a professional. He's come in. He's at this point, he has a Super Bowl win, so no one can get rid of him for that anymore. He's been in this league for 20 years. I'm sure that's absolutely got to mess with him. It's got to mess with his psyche for sure. But this guy, at the end of the day, is a professional. I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be wanting to go out and get the job done. Caedmon, let's talk about the matchup. Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, just between the 7th Super Bowl victory possibly for the greatest quarterback of all time and probably the greatest quarterback in the NFL right now in terms of just skill, Patrick Mahomes, both of them in the Super Bowl for the first time. It should be a great showdown. What are you expecting to see out of the Chiefs offense? Let's start there.
Oh man, Chiefs offense is gonna, if they get Sammy Watkins back, which he's supposed to play, they're gonna just be playing like they have been all year. One of the best scoring offenses. And while their run game hasn't been too great, it's really just because they've just been, they have like one of the least runs in the game, whatever, however you say that. Yeah, they just give the ball to Mahomes all the time, let him do whatever he wants to, because he has the best tight end in the league, one of the best wide receivers. And then you have other guys like Watkins and Mecole Hardman that just really step up at certain moments. And yeah, Chiefs offense is pretty unstoppable.
Yeah, I think the Bucs secondary will definitely give them a little bit of trouble. This is still, in terms of the secondary, one of the top 10 teams in the league, and they also have one of the best pass rushes in the league. Jason Pierre-Paul was, of course, a limited participant, but he should be all clear to go. Ndamukong Suh as well should be good to go. So I think that's going to be a big matchup, watching the Eric Fisher-less Kansas City Chiefs offensive line going up against one of the best pass rushes in the entire NFL. I think that's definitely where we're going to see a lot of fighting in the trenches. But Patrick Mahomes, one of the quarterbacks with the best mobility in football, who can make plays out of absolutely nothing. And so they should be able to handle it. Tyreek Hill is probably the most uncoverable wide receiver in football just due to his speed. You can put 7 people on him and he'll still probably blow by absolutely all of them. And Travis Kelce, my man, he is, like you said, the best tight end in football. The Kansas City Chiefs, like you said, they have a lot of firepower. Their lack of a run game may hurt their efficiency, but in terms of production, I think they'll be absolutely fine. Lightning Bauer comes up and says that he doesn't think the situation with Andy Reid's son will affect the game. And he says, nice new glasses, AJ. Why, thank you, sir. And thanks for coming in, Lightning Bauer. It's been a minute since we've seen you in the comment section. Good to have you with us. Let us know what you think about the game. Caedmon, so we're pretty sure the Chiefs are going to be fine, but what about Tampa? This is another one of the most high-powered offenses in the league. They have weapons absolutely everywhere. How are they going to fare against the Chiefs defense that is going to be losing Willie Gay? Yeah. But other than that, how will they fare?
I mean, Tampa Bay doesn't run the ball a lot either. It's mostly Tom Brady. So, I mean, this is the Super Bowl. We're going to see so much more passing than running than normal. These two teams may have two of the best wide receiver trios in the league. I think I already said that. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and then Antonio Brown when he's healthy, and then you got your tight ends. I don't know. I feel like this is gonna. Both of these offenses are really good. Defenses are really good, but I think also this Tampa Bay offense isn't gonna have too much trouble. And if they do, it would be in the first half. They're going to come back in the second half, whether that's by them winning the game or just coming back. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. I do think one of the biggest things in this game for Tampa is just going to be how they feel out the game at the beginning, because the Chiefs can score a lot of points really, really quickly on you. Lightning Bauer brings up it's a tough game to call, and it is. Both of these teams are good on defense, but I don't think either of us at this point would consider them like top 5 in the league at this point, but they both have very good aspects. The Chiefs have a great secondary. Frank Clark is a great pass rusher, and the Bucs have a very, very good secondary, and even though the run defense is a little bit shy, their pass rush is incredible. Jason Pierre-Paul, Ndamukong Suh, Shaquille Barrett, they wreaked havoc on absolutely everybody. Lightning Bauer says part of him wants to see the Bucs win. They definitely could do it. And honestly, the funny part is that both of these teams' main weaknesses in the offense on their defense is on the ground. both of these teams are not very good at stopping the run, but that works out for both of them because neither of them run the football that much. So I think that could come down to whether Ronald Jones or Fournette or CEH ends up breaking a big, long run in the middle of the game because they give up a lot of rushing yards, both of these defenses, but they're great against the pass. Lightning Bauer brings up the question, guys, how much will special teams impact the game playing in Tampa? Caedmon, do you see a big impact here?
I mean, neither of these teams have the best special teams. Neither of them are terrible, but I could see the Buccaneers having some good special teams, and when they set up Tom Brady well, the game goes so much smoother for him, and he doesn't like when he feels. I mean, he can do anything. Like even with a minute, he can go from one end zone to the other. Yeah. But if he doesn't feel rushed, especially in that first half, and he can really control the time of possession, then that'll make it a lot easier for the Buccaneers to. I mean, how do you win? Keep the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands. And then for the Chiefs, how do you win? Keep it out of Tom Brady's hands. But I think really the field position is a big factor here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I do actually think the Chiefs have a top 10 special teams game, in my opinion. I think Harrison Butker's great. Tommy Townsend, one of the best punters in football. And then Mecole Hardman, his punt returns can be absolutely electrifying. He could turn it up to 11 whenever he wants. And unfortunately, kickoff returns are kind of becoming more and more irrelevant in the NFL, so it's harder and harder to judge since everybody just boosts it through the end zone at this point. I think a lot of it determines on what the weather is going to look like in Tampa. It should be a clear night, and I think it depends a lot on wind. That could mess up a lot of field goals, but Harrison Butker is one of the best kickers in football. Tampa, Ryan Succop has been one of the most consistent kickers in football. Tampa does a really good job of, if not punching into the end zone, getting really good field position for him to score. I think it's going to be close in terms of special teams. Both these teams have very good special teams units, but I think it really comes down to clock management on the offense. And like you said, field position as well. Lightning Bauer brings up the question, remember any special teams guys winning the Super Bowl MVP? I sure do.
Do you, AJ?
I'm trying to think right now who it was because I know it in the back of my mind. Well, if he's counting Desmond Howard because he was a kick returner, but he was also a wide receiver. So technicalities, maybe, if that's who he's referencing. So
he is referencing Desmond Howard.
That would make sense. But he was a wide receiver also.
But he was a special teams guy also. Every guy on the the only guys on a special teams not named wide receiver or running back besides Taysom Hill are kicker punter.
Very true. That is very true.
So he counts. Desmond Howard.
Okay. So, Caedmon, is there any other matchup that you really want to look at? Is it Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans? How do you think? Let's say that. How do you think the wide receivers individually are going to fare? Evans, Godwin, Kelce, Hill. How do you think those guys are going to play?
Yeah, I think one of the matchups I'm actually kind of interested to see. Well, it just kind of all depends on how they're going to guard Mike Evans. But, I mean, he's a big deep threat as well, along with Antonio Brown or Cameron Brate, whichever's playing. Sometimes we've seen the Chiefs kind of play the safety more on the slot corner, really. And so Tyrann Mathieu versus Mike Evans, just kind of depending on – and it could be one of their corners too, outside corners, but it just depends on how the Chiefs decide to start playing defense with their secondary. They have a great secondary without Mathieu, but he's really incredible.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the big thing is how well they, like you said, how well they guard Mike Evans. Mike Evans had a bad game last time after the first quarter against Green Bay. He dropped a lot of passes. I think that was a fluke game for him, but he's got to definitely get it together for the Super Bowl as well. He's one of the toughest jump ball receivers to cover in football. I think maybe third after a fully healthy Julio Jones and first DeAndre Hopkins. In terms of jump balls, he's a big guy with great hands. Godwin, like you said, one of the best slot receivers in the game, coming off of a 100-yard game. And then if Scotty Miller's playing, that's another deep threat. If Antonio Brown is playing, it's another deep threat. Gronk is playing, that's a red zone threat. I think you're right. Tyrann Mathieu, one of the best. Daniel Sorensen, I think, is one of the most underrated defensive backs in football. I think he's a very, very good player. I think he'll definitely impact the game as well. And look, the Bucs defense is great as well in terms of the pass. Antoine Winfield Jr. has absolutely come out of nowhere. The linebacking core is great as well. But Travis Kelce is literally unguardable. No one's been able to stop him the entire year. Tyreek Hill, also completely unguardable. They've got two really, really high-powered wide receivers against an incredible Bucs wide receiver core. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, I think. Even though these teams have good defenses, I have a hard time believing the offenses are going to stop them. So, Caedmon, I think it's time we give our final score predictions. This is where we're laying it all out right here. Chiefs versus Bucs. Give us your score prediction, give us your winner, and why you the floor is yours.
All right. So, score prediction.
And give us your Super Bowl MVP. Forgot about that one too. Super Bowl MVP too.
Okay. All right. Score prediction: 35-31. Tampa wins. Tom Brady gets another Super Bowl win. Super Bowl MVP. Tom Brady. This is going to be a big. I think it's going Tom Brady. If they win. If it's not, then maybe I don't know, Mike Evans. But I think it's going Tom Brady. I think he's going to have a big game. I think he's really going to lead the offense, especially in the second half. Maybe even lead a comeback if necessary. But yeah, Buccaneers are going to win this one. AJ, I know you're probably wanting the Chiefs to win because your brother's a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, I got some
going nuts right now.
I got some family stuff for sure. My brother's absolutely hyped that they could possibly go back to back as well, and I think this is going to be a very, very, very high scoring game. I think what it's going to come down to is definitely the offense for sure. There's definitely a lot of X factors on both sides, but I'm actually going to give the Super Bowl 38-35 to the Kansas City Chiefs. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to come down to the wire. I think that Harrison Butker is going to have to kick a game-winning field goal. I think the key, Andy Reid, he's one of the best coaches on a bye week, and he's had 2 full weeks to prepare for Tampa Bay this week. I think that is going to be a huge factor as well. I give the MVP to Travis Kelce here. I think he'll be absolutely crucial in the passing game. The Bucs are going to have a horrible time guarding him. He's going to be a beast, absolutely. I'm giving this one to KC. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to come down to a field goal, but I'm going to give this one to the Kansas City Chiefs going back to back. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Our predictions. Tom Brady gets the MVP in Caedmon's prediction, 35-31, and I give it to Travis Kelce and KC, 38-35 in mine. Porter Drinks predicts a blowout. He thinks Chiefs 28, Bucs 10, predicting that the Chiefs defense will absolutely shut down. I have a hard time believing that the Bucs are going to get 10. I agree with the Chiefs part, but man, you don't got much faith. Is it not faith in the Bucs offense? Is it the Chiefs defense? Let us know, man. Let us know what you're thinking.
I'm confused by that one. All right.
Lightning Bauer, be sure to let us know what your prediction is as well. And everybody else who's watching the replay or anything, let us know what you guys think and what your prediction is. Be sure to put that in the comment section below. We're pretty good at responding to comments, especially, and getting back to people on questions and comments. After the Super Bowl, we will have we're planning on two more NFL episodes before we take a little bit of a break. We'll do like a recap, and we'll give our NFL All-Pro teams as well for the year, and then we'll start moving on to other things as well. But for our Super Bowl episode, Caedmon, is there anything else you want to say to everyone?
Yeah, I'll just add this. As a Packers fan, I honestly hope Tom Brady wins, even though I'm a Packers fan and he kicked us out. It's just, just think about it, AJ. It's so cool that he's at his age and he's still playing that high level.
Oh yeah.
And he's the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Just that he can still do that. Go to a new team and get them
First
to the Super Bowl first year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. I will say, I don't know if you saw the article, but Tom Brady, his plan was to play till 45, and now he said he could see himself playing past 45 if he still feels good. I mean, we all joke about James Harrison and Jason Pierre-Paul being old man, but Brady's got everybody beat. He walked up to Father Time and said, "No, I control this game. This is my world. We're all just living in it." Porter Drinks with a hot take to finish us off. He says Le'Veon Bell as the MVP. That is a very, very hot take. I know you're shocked about the score. I'm shocked about this one. Full of hot takes, for sure.
Wow.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for checking out the Allied Rivals podcast. As normal, this was a great episode. Lightning Bauer, Porta Drinks, thanks for checking into the episode. Always great to have you guys in the comment section with us. And ladies and gentlemen, hope you have a great Super Bowl weekend. Hope you get to spend it with good food, good family, and good friends, and hopefully a good game. Because please remember, even if the game does end up being 28-10, it can never be worse than the horrible Patriots-Rams Super Bowl that we got that made me and my friends almost want to play Madden instead of watching the game because it was that boring. We get an exciting game. I hope everybody has a great day, night, whenever, wherever you are. Have a great one. Sort of Drinks checking us out. See you later, guys.
See ya.